Hello, hello, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SpringMap with me today is the one and only Disturb,
Good evening, everyone.
and me, myself, and this little character here. I have to say, I really have to put out a request to Giants. I want just an older and more fat person to pick from because yeah, that was me.
Substantial
Yeah,
is the
that's me 20 years ago, but now
reliving your youth.
gewiss moin. Evasion Chris, hey, Passerati, hello, Susanne, hello, BGO, welcome.
I
So
can see you now. I had to get past the ads.
yeah. Oh, I'm not sure on how many viewers we will have anyways because um, I think the English stream is broken with the time setting. That people are confused. I always
Okay.
I always put behind it's 7 p.m. UK time, but
Yeah.
so I think
Let me go post in the news channel for you.
just Adam. Hey, hello,
Hey,
Fan,
Adam.
hello. So I'm not sure on how to get the timing right this time.
I've just posted that in there, so people will hopefully see it if they're interested.
Yeah, and with the English stream, most of the views come from people watching afterwards, and they are 7 hours behind, so they are basically eating lunch or
Yeah.
something like that. And yeah, so uh, it's really funny on how we have to get this all out there and right.
Time zones are complicated.
Yeah. Oh, I have a lot of lost frames.
Yeah, you're a little bit blurry. But,
I don't know
so
why.
which map is this?
It's a SpringMap.
Oh, it's thrilling.
Yeah, it's linked. It's linked below.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. I was asking because I play on this map and it looked really familiar, but I was confused when you said the spring map.
Yeah, because in German it's Frühling, but
Yeah,
and I had some single player streams on here, and I thought it would be a good idea to hop back because basically the machines that we got on here, I want to have them on Calmston. I'm not sure if you want them too on Calmston, but well, this is how it is. Fatty
yeah.
Gubby, hello.
As I said, you can set it up as however you want.
So
I'm
there's
not
only one
particularly
JCB from
fussy.
the big
Oh,
ones.
you've got a Land Rover as well. It's proper
Yeah,
and
with
JCB. Yeah,
with the steering
yeah.
wheel on the correct side from your perspective.
That looks a bit different. Mine doesn't look like this.
Yeah, I modified a little bit, and there will be only one Valtra, the small one, but the Steyr, this one, and the bigger one, and another smaller one and the older one, so that we can have some fun with it. Mama Gabi
Yeah.
says I need to shave and I don't wanna.
I've been really enjoying playing with the new vouchers.
Yeah,
Actually,
this
they
is
are
the
very
great.
nice bits of it.
The crazy thing is with me having them in the multiplayer that long, I'm not that much of excited. But I always took so much hate for using Valtra, and now everybody wants to play Valtra. So yeah, people get it straight.
Yeah, yep. You can't make them happy.
Oh, I mean the important thing is that I'm happy and I'm happy with the
No,
Valtras anyways.
you need to make everyone else happy.
Nah. Not used to
I,
the
I
new
th-
Valtras yet, okay?
Fatty, I think most of us are in that situation. As soon as it starts to get a little bit too long, you get asked, are you growing a beard or are you just being lazy and you need to go and have a shave?
You know, with the beard, it's a big problem. When I went to FarmCon, I was in growing a beard, but I had to have a little cutting shave, but I did not have it. And when I saw all the pictures, and then I thought, oh my God, you look like a beggar, because it's always this time from having no beard to getting a proper beard, where it looks a little bit messy. And of course, always in that time frame is something like a birthday, or you have to go to an event where you have to look proper, and you don't want to shave it back just to look better. And yeah, what did I do? Of course, I didn't grow my beard further. I cut it off. So, and afterwards I said, well, why didn't I go like that to FarmCon?
Yeah. But you were a superstar there. You had to look presentable. Otherwise, you'd have looked scruffy on all those interviews.
Yeah, but I did. I looked scruffy. Kasper Bubauer, are there any Maze Plus ready maps right now? Every map is Maze Plus ready.
I think about 4 or 5 of us have answered that already.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm.
Almost everyone with a spanner attached has answered it, and Adam.
Oh, okay. Because I just saw it. It's just 4 comments above. So.
I'll let you off. I couldn't drive a tractor and read, so.
Okay, so nothing like the map Talbach in FS19. I think you mean the new fruits in the maps. Well, this is a very short and easy explanation, and in Farm Sim 19, me and BGO updated way over 100 maps with our horse extension, with all the crop stuff, and some people complained about it and said, why are you forcing people to play with Maze Plus? And the mappers who did nothing for it, who just got the implementation through us, some of them just kicked our balls afterwards. And so we said, okay, Farm Sim 22, we will make it different. We just bring out Maze Plus, as we did in Farm Sim 19, who did neither bring new crops. And the map updates we will skip, and we will put all the new fruits and crops within our Terra Life maps. And the other guys have to make their own fruits.
Or borrow yours. In inverted commas.
What?
Sorry.
So, Farmer R, hey, good evening.
No, this is not Calmston. This is Fröhling, or the SpringMap, if you translate that into English. I still don't have my good laptop back for us to be able to do Calmston multiplayer.
Yeah, and I'm quite happy about it, to be honest. Because I will need the server that we will use for Calmston. I will need it at the weekend for the preview of Pumps and Hoses, so that we can multiplayer test it. And it would destroy our save game anyways. And a little other side note: me and BGO don't have the map ready yet with the Terra Life beta stuff, so we don't want to start all over again. So we will set it up properly, and then we will start. So it's basically fitting totally with you not having your laptop ready at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, Rainer. It's a very helpful man fixing my Keenan food mixer.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So someone posted saying it doesn't work. I was like, that's fine, I'll fix it. And half an hour later, I was running off to you guys for help.
Yeah, you should always come to us, because
I like doing it myself.
You're part of us.
Yeah, but it's how I learn.
Yeah, you will learn as part of us too. Trust me, you will learn a lot.
Yeah, I came up with a very, very ungraceful fix, and Rainer sent me a fix that was like 4 words in XML.
Okay.
Yeah. And at some point, I'll share that properly with people as how you fix a broken mixer wagon.
Yeah, go ahead, tell.
Well, it would be easier if I could put it on the screen.
No, I mean, tell me what's wrong.
So what 4D had done is he had named specific fill types, rather than calling the mixer wagon fill type category.
I know, I'm just kidding. Because it's mostly if you do it properly, like we do with the categories, you can easily fit new machines into it, and people who think they are better don't do it. So, and afterwards,
and then they cause headaches for everyone else.
Yeah. So this is always the way people handle stuff.
It's like those foliage areas.
Yeah. If they just all had done it the way Giants does it properly in the vanilla game, we had all no problems. But they don't. So
yeah. I spoke to GB Modding about it for atting him. He was like, "Oh, you mean you use that bit?"
Yeah.
So yeah, what Attingham is in testing, and once it's past testing, it will be getting an update by me. The grazing on it.
Yeah, GB is also a guy who he's a good guy, but he's always with his nose in the sky. He's not with his eyes in the sky. He's not watching where he's putting his feet to. We had a lot of fun back in the days with the horse extension updates and all that. It was you just have to like him. You just have to like him. He's I don't know the English word for it, but he's a little bit how you say for it without getting it wrong. A little bit goofy. I don't know if that's the right.
Quirky.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I literally the first time I messaged him was a couple of days ago, going, "You probably have no idea who I am, but I want to update your map. Are you okay with that?" And surprisingly, he said yes. So maybe it was that magic little tag on the front of my name.
Yeah, I had a lot of conversations with him, to be honest. Oh, I think this tractor isn't not powerful enough for the mowers here.
Not if that's in kilometers per hour.
It's kilometers per hour, yeah.
Yeah,
I did not.
You need a bigger tractor.
Yeah, normally he would take it with ease in real life. This is why I so often complain about the way Giants implements the needed horsepowers.
Yeah, it's done quite crudely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally it would take it because it has no conditioner and nothing like that, and you can easily go with 180 horsepower with it.
Yeah. That's easily fixed.
No,
people are watching.
I don't wanna increase the horsepower on this tractor. I just want to make the right amount to the mowers, right?
Yeah.
But
it's an interesting one. Carry on. You were going to say something.
I just wanted to say I didn't prep this save game that much because it was an existing one. I just updated the Maze Plus stuff and all that so that I'm on the correct one. So I didn't think about putting in the mowers, the right mowers.
I had that with the difference between the Kavernland and the Kubota mowers.
Yeah.
Because the two mods use very different amounts of horsepower. But the real life information says they also use very different amounts of horsepower, even though they're effectively the same mower.
This mower normally has no right conditioner, but those spirals here can be used as a conditioner, so it will not have this hard effect like another conditioner. But yes, you could use it with a conditioner, but I don't want to use it now with conditioning because I want to tet and want to tell you something about the tetting stages and all that. So this is why I'm putting it down as fresh grass.
That's another weird one. I love the tetting stages as selected. I've seen a few people saying, but I need to be forced to do them all. Well, just do them all.
No, if you are not strong enough to force yourself to a realistic play style, yeah. And for the weather drying system that we had in FS19 with seasons, well, I can only quote Modelleicher. He says yes, it was there, but it was not working as it should be, and so we will leave the seasons drying out as long as we can make it better. And so for Terra Life, there will be two possible ways. We have implemented it for all our crops, working properly, or we don't touch it at all. And until then, I think people can get off very good on the way it is now, because they can really make it the way they want to have it in their Let's Play.
Yeah, it's great. I can just TED once and get hay. I love it.
You lazy bastard.
Yep. The very first Maize Plus Let's Play video I did, I made hay and I did it in one step. It was great. I will do it properly in the next time I do it, but yeah.
You know that we had to put. You know that we had to put the standard version in there, even if it is possible with the heading stages to get from wet to hay immediately. But we put in the standard just for people who were complaining. I like to play standard, that we can say, okay, you can.
And it's actually more complicated to use the standard one.
Yeah.
You know, someone was asking me about that in PDF earlier as to what the little lightning bolts mean on some of the ones for standard conditioning. It's like it doesn't work.
Just Adam,
So you,
the Trek IR. I'm using Trek IR 5 and I'm quite happy with it. I really like it. It's only that I don't use it that often when I'm streaming, because with always this for reading the chat and this for looking to the Discord, it disturbs a little bit the screen and the stream, because with me not having that much of a kilobit transfer, the screen gets blurry. The more I hold steady my head, the better the video is on your end.
yeah, because there's less changing.
Yeah, if I go to the outside, it's only because I'm trying to read the chat or having a drink or something like that. But when we play and I don't have to stream, I always play with Trek IR in cap.
I had told Adam to come and ask you because he was asking about track IR.
Yeah.
He loved your head tracking stuff.
It is a little bit more expensive than the others, but it's with no doubt the much better version, because the cam is that what makes it that unique and that issue free. It's basically a plug and play for everybody, so I have no clue of anything, and I just plugged it in and I could play with it. And I do not even use the LEDs at the moment. I just have the cap on my head with the reflectors, and it still works much better than most of the others that are out there. So LED would be much finer in the detection of the movement. But yeah, with the reflectors, it's already very, very good. It's more of a problem in a bright room. If you have a lot of light in the background, then you should really use the LEDs. And yeah, this is all I can say about it. If you can afford it, please do use the Trek IR 5.
It's always looked like it works really well when you've been using it, you know, because you can like look behind you and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you can do this with the others too, so don't get me wrong. Yeah, for example, I had the DLAN clip before that I sent over to Modelleicher then, because I was not capable of setting it up. I was too stupid for it, and Modelleicher, who's more of a Yeah, he had no issues at all. He just made it working fine for him. So yeah, you see, it's always depending on who's the guy using it. But for those who really want easy and fast setup stuff, I would always recommend the Tracker R, because you really can choose if you just, for example, in summer you just have the base cap on with the 3 reflectors. It's light, so it's easy to use. You can fit them on every other cap, so if you have an open cap that is open in the back or so, you can use it, and you don't have any cable or whatever going to there, so you have a very light and easy head. And in the times where you are playing in a very light room or bright room, you can easily put just the LEDs on it and it will work just fine too. Peter Clark, good evening.
Hey Pete, how you doing? Pete's the man who does all of my real farming research for me in my YouTube comments when I ask questions about things.
Ah, okay. So we have, or he has to have a chit chat with me too then, right?
It's usually when I'm asking obscure questions like when was the first BGA built or that kind of thing. You know, the random stuff that my brain wanders to when I'm doing Let's Plays.
Fenty, hello, the project will also be streamed in German. I don't know, the SpringMap is always my single player save game where I hop in when, like for example now with Calmston and Chicho map getting updated for our multiplayer stream. We cannot use the save at the moment, so this is when I hop into the single player stream usually, but for the 2 presentations of Maze Plus I just use the Elm Creek, but this here is my so to say alternative stream. Hey, I can show a little bit of playing around instead of just having a podcast project. So I thought about maybe updating this map here too on the Terra Life beta stuff and more of decals and all that stuff, but this will be after we are running on the other 2 maps. So maybe this map will get an overdue just to have an alternative single player stream project when some of you guys are not available, maybe, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So that I can have something to play on while streaming.
Rainer, that's because he always has too much stuff and not enough sheds.
No. I mean, this here is basically a really small farm where a lot of this stuff doesn't fit in. And for example, I just got this tether where I have no idea on how to detach it without unfolding, and yeah, it's from the last stream where I just detached the cedar. So it's I didn't make a cleanup before I started on this save. So usually I would say yeah, you're right, Rainer, but this time only partial.
I really like this map. I added Maze Plus to my save on here yesterday. It went really well. So.
Oh, okay.
And I updated the fermenting silo to work with Maze Plus as well.
Yeah, I did not do that yet. I just kept it on whole crop silage so that I can put in crop windrow too. Because I thought I will usually make only silage bales, and with the Pöttinger from Castor being capable of making maize bales directly with the harvester, I'm not sure if I just use maybe the tower for hay then later on.
Yeah, I don't have the funds or the horsepower to run the multi-baler.
Yeah, you can always rely on a contractor or
Yeah.
no, it's really it's like it is
Yeah.
in real life. You have sometimes there's a couple of farmers having, for example, if you can see here, wait, we can hop to the dealership right here over the fence. No offense.
Oh dear.
So I would do it that way, right? So the contractor comes over, and you need someone who's driving with this. So it would be, at least I would need a second guy. So this would be for a single player, multiplayer, for example, for a stream. We could do this.
You could.
Yeah. So
And if you don't add too much, I can run this map.
I do not. I mean, until the aftermath of Terra Life Alpha in there. But so
Yeah. We could have a go at that 1 week maybe.
yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, there are not that many mods. I have to sort out the mods that are not used on here, of course, because I made an easy copy and paste from the Chicho map mods folder, so that I have everything on here. But yeah, I'm using this baler wrapper for the grass bales now. In the previous stream, I did it with the 4D square baler, with the big one. I sold the baler and I sold the wrapper to make it now with this here. Peter Clark is lazy. Okay.
It's just saying the one tractor for one piece of equipment, which allegedly some other people on this conversation might do occasionally with their multiplayer farms on Maize Plus testing, maybe.
Yeah. So for here, I just edited I put 2 new tractors on here today. That is the old Steyr, and what was the other one? No, it's just one. I just put the old Steyr on here. But the Valtra standing at the dealership is not mine. It's just for showcasing the contractor, so to say, where I can borrow it. And the other Steyr that was standing at the dealership is mine. So I got the 2 newest Steyrs, one older Steyr. And with the JCBs, normally I have the older JCB on the mixer wagon, but I want to replace it with the bigger Steyr, the older one, so there will be one JCB less there. So it's not that big of many machines. And this one here is will go for another smaller Steyr maybe, but I like this small machine here from the start. So I want to play with it. This is why I'm having it on here, because if you have a look, it has a little bit. It has a little bit other wheels on there in the back to have less pressure on the ground and to use it as fresh mowing with front mower and the smaller loading wagon, forage wagon. So it's kind of a nice tractor. But I don't want to have 10 or more tractors on here. I want to keep it smaller, but still having fun with it, right?
Yeah. I made the mistake of buying a 5.5 or 6 meter fixed seeder on here. Doesn't fit through any of the gates.
Yeah, usually I would take the 6 meter too, but I haven't. I got only the 3 meter. But this is what really bothers me on this map is I would have to make the grid finer and a more terrain angle to make it better fitting. Because I don't like it, the 3 meter and having not the right amount of working with show.
Yeah, I was being lazy and cheap and went for the John Deere pull behind one that's fixed and 6 meters wide.
So for the lazy people in the chat, in the stream,
standard.
You see, standard doesn't work, and neither does die Grenzsteuereinrichtung funktioniert auch nicht. Was soll der Scheiß denn? Fucking hell. So if we put it to conditioned, it will work, but I don't know why he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You see, he does not fold to the right side as he should do with the wheel set like this.
Ah.
But he spares off the outer side, so this is basically, it should have turned a little bit to the right side so that it attaches inside of the field. This is why you do it normally. But there's something off with the animation. This tractor has made 75 hours so far on my farm on our multiplayer server. Yeah, I know. This one basically. I think this is the first tractor where Rainer and me fell in love with at the same time, but because of him using it on Chicho, I didn't use it on Chicho. I thought, okay, I can play it on here, but I didn't play here that much, so. But I really like it. I like it with the slightly bigger wheels in the back. Reminds me a little bit of my tractor that I had, where I always try to get as big as possible, but as manageable as possible to have on the back axle.
I'm guessing they're a custom option that you've had to have specially fitted.
Yeah. They are not in it. I like you. Good evening. I like you too. So is Fatty Gubby now going to shave himself, or is
He has. You missed it. So he had an argument with Mama Gabby, and she wanted him to shave. He didn't want to shave, so they compromised, and he's had a shave.
So he lost.
No.
He lost the argument, and now we are safe to say that there will be a Fatty Gubby baby too later on, because he shaved and he can now go ahead.
No, he didn't lose. They agreed to compromise.
Yeah. And I meant now the possibility is up again that he can have a second baby then.
Oh, poor man.
I would have thought about it before I shave. What do you use? Condoms. And you? Stubble. Stubble. Just stubble.
A hatred of razors. Sometimes my natural charm.
And if that does not, or if that is not enough, I use onions and garlic.
Tune in next week for more secrets from Paul.
So I really love the way that we did it now with the tether compared to FS19, with the detection of the detection areas where you had always this not so clear tethered unique, or is it unique the right word? But you had these patches in there that were not tethered right, and so on.
Yeah, I think this from both sides is better, because you had to know how to get the detection to work the way you wanted it to.
Yeah.
To use it in 19, which once you knew wasn't really a problem, but being able to pick is so much better.
Yeah, and
I'm assuming 3 kilometers an hour is super realism speed.
Yes, because it's fresh, and I use a lot of RPM, rounds per minute. So the first time you ted fresh grass, you should go slow and with a high amount of rounds per minute, so that it gets this conditioned, that it gets zedded. Not zeeded, zedded. And normally when you go around, you don't want to have that many grass fly to the outside. No, but with the mower conditioner and the tether now working with every that has tether or mower as a vehicle type, without having to put something in the XML, makes it also better, because
Definitely.
modders are lazy, and I think only one mower was edited by the modder himself, and that was from No Name. All the other mowers and stuff were implemented by us, into our script to recognize it. So it's the
Yeah.
same with the fruits, right? We do all the work, and the modders say, yeah, of course it's working with Maze Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Oh, why?
I remember having to look at that script and learning how to add stuff. Because that was before I was talking to you all the time, and I wanted to work out how to add conditioning to a mower.
Hey Rainer, hey Sebastian. Yeah, so now that we made it easier, it seems that it's easier for people to complain about either way. So
Yeah, it's you can't win with these things. I've learned with all these kind of things that someone will be unhappy with the choices you make, and people have just got to accept they're made for a reason.
the really sad thing on it is that if we would say, okay, you're complaining, we will not share anything from the stuff that we are doing in the future. It will hit all the people who are so kind and willing and really understanding, and only a few who are complaining would. So it is always, we have to release it anyways, because the majority is good guys, and the minority are the not so good guys.
Yeah, so the majority of the comments that I've had have been positive, and the only one there's been, I think there's been one or two that have been negative about Maze Plus. Most of them are negative about my voice, because
Your voice.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
Some people just don't like the tone of my voice, I think. I'm used
Really?
to that. I can ignore those. Yeah.
Really?
Really.
No.
Yeah. I probably I used to get about one a month at least. In fact, I spotted one today because YouTube threw me some really old comments, including one from you from nearly a year ago, which was quite amusing. Which you might have seen me reply to. In fact, there was one today.
Post it to me.
I'll find it. I did reply to it, so clearly you'll find it in your notifications in the thousands and thousands that you've got. I would say 95 plus % of the comments are positive.
Mostly because you're from down south.
I think most of the people commenting probably wouldn't know the difference because they are from a rather large former colony of ours.
Yeah.
Which is across a rather large ocean.
I think if I remember right and correctly, Rainer can say if I do or don't. We both agreed on after the stream with DJ and you. We really agreed on that both of you sound the way a German would think the accent of each country would be. And in a very positive way, so not really, so there's, I don't know. The first few times people said it used to bother me, but it doesn't anymore. It's I can't change it. Can't order a new one off of Amazon, so. I mean, I could understand when people complain about me, my voice and my accent, with not being like all the German movies and movie characters displayed in the. I could say like this, I could speak like this, maybe then you would say this is a German. So,
really? You need to drop the odd German word in as well. Like schnell and
yeah. If someone is doing a voiceover for a German, it's always ja, schnell, ja.
Yep.
And I don't think that we use that that much anyways, so.
And I think we only really had one idiot on the Discord that I saw. Most of the rest has been somewhat lack of understanding, I think.
Oh, you see now live on stream what happened to me? You see live on stream what happened to me? I hit by accident on my joystick. There's a button for Z also, and I
You hit the Z key.
yeah. So I tedded it one stage further by accident. So it's all possible. No, it's really we shouldn't care about people who complain, because people who have really good ideas or criticism we always listen to, but those little dogs barking for everything, I really don't care.
Yeah, yeah. Most of those complaints have been about decisions that were made for a reason, and someone commenting on them is not going to change those reasons.
So Scheerbold is really the same word in English than it is in German. In German it is Scherbolzen in German.
Yep.
No, I don't know. Then must be maybe the other word is no, because I have a Rutschkupplung, should be maybe no, I have a sliding clutch on it.
Slipping clutch.
Yeah. No,
slipping is the
or slipping, yeah. So
yeah.
You see, Vanilla and Marie became interested in your content because of your voice.
Yeah, it's first, thank you. Second, some people really like it, some people hate it. Mostly the people that are negative about it come from our former colony. So, yet they still watch, and someone was clearly still watching because they were repeatedly commenting the same thing on multiple videos. It's like, can't be that bad.
Yeah, it's funny. It's really funny on how different people react to certain stuff. I was making America Great Britain again. I was.
We don't want them anymore.
Yeah, I was watching an American stream of a very special friend of mine, if you know who I mean. Yeah?
Yep, I can guess who you mean.
So I thought, well, it's good that all the cliche Americans are in your stream and the good educated Americans are watching our streams, so we keep them separated. It's really obvious. I mean, you see it in German, or I guess if I would understand Italian or French the same, you have always this trench of the trench that separates the I would say normal people from the less educated people, if I can say it that way. So,
yeah.
So
how to make friends and influence people tonight.
Yeah. No, this is really you told me a lot that it's really recognizable in the Mace Plus Discord, that I weeded out very many people, a lot of people, so that we don't have those in there, and I don't want them in there. And I think everybody else, no matter from which country they are, come or get well with each other, because they know that they are respected. And I think this is basically the most important topic for me, that we all respect each other and always take a step back and think, okay, maybe he really doesn't know, so I have to explain it again. And this is really, I want to be in a community that forgets about the heritage of country, that they just imagine we are all on the same planet, we are all having the same hobby, and we try to get along. And for this 5 minutes we're talking to each other, just be decent and respectful and kind. And I think it makes it much easier after a hard work day, having a hobby where you know that you are welcomed and warm-hearted. You get warm-hearted help.
I think the bit that I sometimes have to remind myself is that, particularly the people that comment that I can read or comment on my videos, a lot of them English isn't their first language.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, if the word, if the language is not quite right, you've just got to think, try and understand what they mean. Or sometimes I will ask, because if I don't understand, it's better just ask them.
Yeah, this is also something where I'm really straight in. If there are people asking something below a post of mine, and the post is maybe in German, and you see that the German is not done right, I will never get onto that as long as I see, okay, this person really maybe used Google Translate or whatever, but he really is interested in having an answer, so he tried his best to do so, and I really respect that if people try and get some effort into the questioning, and I don't care on if it's spelled right or wrong, as long as you get to the point where you really don't understand. But most of the times, if you use your own brain a little bit, you get what he wants. And there is this pronouncing police out there. I really don't give a fuck.
No,
I really don't.
and the people that have seen me type will know that I really quite often get the wrong words and things, and it's like, as long as the information's there, people can sort of work it out. Maybe me putting words in the wrong order helps when it's someone who doesn't speak English.
Yeah, you remember when I told you where 200 or 400 people in a stream made fun out of me because I had to Google molded or molted, and I said, well, okay, how many other languages than American English do you speak? Let's see if we can. We talked for 2 hours and you understood what I was saying, and I was Googling one word to get it correct over, and let's try to make the conversation in German then now. No, I only speak English. And I said, and not even that right. When you are talking, I hear some misspelling and stuff, and so really think and know where you come from before criticizing me in that way. So
Yeah, it's I've been trying to learn German for a while. I still couldn't hold a conversation with you. I could barely say words to you at the moment.
Ja, schnell.
It's I think I've said before, when I was at school, I hated languages. I was told by one of my language teachers, because we learned French and German at school, that I should be good at languages because I'm good at science. And it never made sense to me, because I find languages much less logical and much harder to learn. But it's easier these days because there's apps on your phone that you can take lessons in.
But
if you were,
we would never make fun out of you when we were, for example, in a voice chat, in a private voice chat, and you would try to speak German, because this is the main reason. Back in the day, I was really fluent in English and in American English, also with accent, with the southern accent, so that some of these Americans in there did not even know that I was not an American. It was quite funny, but you only learn by trial and error. So if you don't put your brain up to, okay, what is the word? Well, I say it anyways. And we can correct you in a friendly way. You learn much better than not trying, right?
Probably. I when I joined this evening, I was going to attempt to say hello to you in German, but I just said hello instead. Actually, no, you were mumbling at your mic. So.
Yeah, so there was no room for it, because yes, I was testing the mic, and I didn't recognize you coming in, because I switched off all the tones for people coming and leaving. So you can really hide and seek and sneak on me.
Yeah, I did that one of the times when you were actually live. It was quite funny when I was late one day.
So you're trying to get the best of me. Okay, noted.
Yeah.
It's noted. Yes. Ja.
Yep, Glutenarben sounds about right, Rainer. That would probably be about as good as I would do at the moment.
Yeah, but it should be gluten. Because
You said you wouldn't be mean.
yeah, but no, I mean with this because this is a fun or a joke that is coming from foreigners. So this is why I'm picking on it, because normally you would say guten Abend, but it means this other word is gluten. So yes, it's written in the same way, but it's not spelled the same way. So this is why I'm making fun back to them, so to say, right? I think it was Cat in the Desert or Fatty Gubby, one of those both came up with this gluten or gluten Abend. So
Adam is entirely right. I think it's I think it applies to the UK and probably America. We assume everyone will speak English, and if they don't, we assume that if we talk really slowly, they will. It's we are awful. When I was a teenager and I was being made to learn languages, that was my answer, because some of my family are Dutch, and so we used to go over to the Netherlands quite a lot, and they would all speak better English than me.
Yeah, you know why?
So it's like, why do I need to learn another language?
You know why they do?
So because
yeah, one Dutch guy explained to me why they speak better than you do and than we do, because the Dutch language basically originates in some foreign dude putting German into a bag and English into a bag, shaking it, and then picking the best out of it. And the rest is left for the German and the English to speak, and the other one is the Dutch language. So they said we only got the best from both of them. I kind of find it very interesting and okayish. So
yeah, and I've said it before. I now find it really amusing that for my hobby, I'm trying to learn languages, and I hated it when I was younger.
Yeah, just Adam, slow and loud. Maybe would be better slow and proud, right?
Don't be mean to Paul. Yes, he's old, but he's a good guy.
Thank you. Now I'm blushing. I think we will.
He doesn't mean you, but Apparently, I was around when dinosaurs roamed the earth. If you listen to some of the young people that hang out on my Discord.
Well, if guys quoting that would have been much more interested in science, they would have known that dinosaurs were much later in history or earlier in history than most people think. So it's not millions of years. So maybe I'm not that old. And when I'm very excited, some parts of me even turn to stone. Yes, that's true. Still.
Oh no! Unless it's really cold, apparently.
Then it's a small stone. It's not. No, I forgot what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I wanted to have a look at the
farming.
Needs plowing thing. I'm not
there's a subsoiler you can use for that, isn't there?
Yeah, I want to, but I'm not sure if the tractor will take it, because I think with this height of grass, I think I will not see where I'm subsoiling. I'm not sure, but we will try anyways.
You should get a
knife roller,
fertilized texture. You could use that as well, but you'll get a fertilized texture anyway. So
yeah, I know. But it looks, in my opinion, it looks better when you have the other texture, the mode texture instead of the growth stage 1 texture.
Yeah, I did see the classic comment which I've made before. It's a bit slow and a bit small. And I'm talking about the subsoiler now, not the pebble.
I was not commenting on that.
No, it was on one of Scruff's videos. Someone was saying it's brilliant, but it's too slow and too small.
Yeah, and I really
And the answer is that's realistic. I know that now.
Yeah, because the funny thing is that people really don't get why it is that way. They think it's just to annoy people, And yes, of course it is just to annoy people. No. Wait. Let's turn it off for a second. Well, subsoiling. Of course you can have subsoilers that are 6 or 8 meters wide. But you have to keep in mind, when you're subsoiling a field, there is no need for taking care of the top crop that is there. Yeah, you can have a little bit of slipping wheels, and it doesn't matter. But on the green, on the husbandry, on the greenland, on the meadow, you don't want to have that. That's the reason why you're using a grassland subsoiler in the first place, with a cutter blade that cuts open the grass, that you have no impact, and that it gets pulled back. But you don't want to have any slip at all. So the wider you go, the more power you would need, the more possibility of having slip could be there. And by destroying the grass land, you wouldn't have the impact that you want to have. And grassland normally is not flat like a field. It's more wavy, so to say.
Yeah.
And the more you go into width, the possibility that this corner will be on the depth that you need it, and the other will go upwards and put soil on top of it, because it has not the same working depth. And this is the reason why you go normally to 3 meters to have really flattened and nice working depth, and no slip and no destroying of the crop.
Yeah, my solution was to use 2.
You are
plays for.
Yeah, oh, you mean two tractors to...
Yeah, 2 tractors, 2 subsoilers.
So not DJ having combined 5 behind the tractor on...
No.
Okay.
No. 2 tractors, 2 subsoilers.
Okay. I get it now.
I'm not DJ. I'm not that bad.
I mean, don't mind me asking. Don't mind me asking.
It's going to be so much fun when we get to play together.
Yeah, the more we talk about it, the more I doubt it.
You're going to be tedding at 3 kilometers an hour, and I'll go flying past you at about 20.
Yeah, well, ask Robert, ask Bull, who did this when he joined our multiplayer server gameplay in the beginning, and then there were many streams where he was not part of anymore. And then he learned.
Unfortunately, be busy.
And then he learned, and he asked, "Okay, how fast am I allowed to go?" So it's
as long as you don't see, it's fine.
No, it's when we plan on doing a certain amount of work in streams, planning on maybe 1 or 2 hours doing that, and the teammate is ready already in 1 hour. You will see and recognize. I will see and recognize.
Yeah, I guess.
Humvee, hey! And also, it's very important to have the right working speed. With the subsoiler, you don't go usually over 5 or 6 kilometers per hour. One reason is, of course, the slip again, but the other is, wait, I will drive you first.
I do love how this map is set out. That little cut through from the farm is one of my favorite bits on this map.
The other thing is, it will lift. The soil gets lifted here. It gets lifted up, and then if you put your 2 hands on the tips together, and simulate it by making a V, a negative V out of it. Yeah, this is how the subsoiler moves the ground up, and then it needs time to break, because you don't want to turn it over. You don't want to have a mixture.
You want to cut through it.
Yeah, you cut through it, you lift it up, and then it needs time to break. So if you go too fast, you put it too fast up, and it has to go too fast down because of the roller in the back pulling it back, and it doesn't break. So it doesn't break the compacted zones. So it basically will give you much more soil on top on the grass. It will have negative effects in smearing, for example. It is possible if it's not dry enough or if you go too fast. So you will have a lot of negative effect. Of course, you will see better where you have driven, but it won't affect the grassland on the way you want to. And this is really important. And this is, of course, in Farm Sim, you can set up the maximum speed for yourself on 500 kilometers per hour if you want to. But we want to show you on how it is realistic. The way you play it is on you. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's all stuff that's easy enough to change, isn't it? There's a mod that turns off the speed limits if you want to go quicker. But, I didn't. I actually did it at the correct speed. I did it at the speed the mod goes.
I need some help from an expert on how to set up the enhanced vehicle GPS.
Enhanced vehicle? I don't use that one. I use VCA.
Really?
VCA GPS is easy. You press Control W.
Yeah, I think the enhanced had something like that too.
It's subtly different, and I can't remember it. I did try using it when we were talking about multiplayer, because I know you use enhanced vehicle, but I can't remember the keys.
Yeah, well then let's have a look at it maybe.
They're all defined in the keyboard map.
So let's see if we can.
It's actually, I think if I spent more time with it, I'd probably prefer it to VCA because it's got more functions in it. It's got the headland functions and things.
Yeah, I just need to pick up the width and a straight line now. So I will make it only on 2 buttons just for the humor. So I just need this one.
You want
and I need
snap.
That one, right?
I'm just waiting for the screen to catch up.
Oh wait, I will try and let's see what happens. And now never push reset all. Always save controls because reset all will
make you cry.
Yeah, and the whole neighborhood will know what happened. At least with me. So I'm trying. Wait, I have to be in a straight line, of course. Let's see what happens. That was for getting the working width. That was for the straight line. And then I think it was with this and that. No? With this and that. No?
No. Yep, there you go. Working with done.
There was something to...
That looks... The steering wheel's on in the HUD. It looks like it's... Yep. That's got it, isn't it?
Yeah, but I want you to move the track a little bit. There was a key combination for it. And I just have to look it up again. Tracks to the left, moved, no. It was not, or was it track to the left? Amount of turnover tracks, no.
No, it'll be rotate.
Snap track direction 100, no. Let's see if the chat comes up with a solution. I know that I had it set up, but I never used it again. I think.
Yeah, I only used it once when I was. It was when I was playing around with the realism gearbox.
So there's a lot of.
How to use that.
Yeah, there's a lot of right control and keypad. So I will try this. Right control and keypad. What happens? Recalculated. Light? No, I don't want it. No. Let's see what happens if I'm driving. Now, yeah, this is what I wanted. So it does it automatically, or
And then you want to do the snap current drive direction.
Yeah, what was that? That was...
Yeah.
No, that was that. Yeah. Should be fine.
And then you probably want as well the key to do 180 degrees.
I'm not sure on why he's not snapping to it. There must be an activate button or something like that, right?
The steering wheel is not highlighted anymore. It was.
So that should be the one. Okay, let's give it a go. But it's moving. Even the steering wheel is activated. I can still move. So there should be one missing. Let's see what button we can use for that. You said reverse snap is also important?
I think so, because I think you need to use that to come back the other way.
Okay, then I will use snap correct direction track. I will do it on gamepad again. Snap direction, turn around.
Yeah, I think you want the snap and the 180 turn around.
Oh, this is used for several. Oh, then we won't use it. I need more buttons. I really need more buttons. I don't have enough.
Keyboard's got loads.
Yeah, but they're on the opposite side, so...
And the keyboard's got, what? Lots. And then you've got control and shift. You've got all the keys you ever need. I have yet to run out of keys using my keyboard.
But shouldn't there be... I'm
pretty sure I did get it working. You've got the ones there for changing the snap direction as well that you scrolled past.
Yeah, there was here.
Yeah.
Right control and page down. Right control. This is why I'm... Yeah, okay. So right control is the one to go to. But now I need how to get it even staying on this line.
I would get a wheel, but it's really hard to balance it on top of a laptop. And I think it would probably invalidate the warranty if I screwed the steering wheel to the laptop.
Control and control home. Right control and right control.
This is where you need a notepad next to you to write down all of the key combinations.
Now I forgot what the control plus was.
Where you need a notepad.
No, it's always difficult to listen to foreign language and doing stuff.
Yeah.
So control N and control home. Control N. Where is N? So this was the right sound, I think. Yes. Okay. Control N. Now I know what I have to put on some mighty naughty. What did I say? Control
End.
Control End. I needed, right? For this one, direction track. Therefore, I need something. I will take this one here. Note this button is used for several. Fuck off.
You do need more buttons.
Okay.
Someone send Paul one of those really big, fancy.
So I will use
control box things.
No. Wait. I will get there. Wait, we have several buttons are not in use, I think. I think it should be no. Dang it. Which one? Is it working with this? No? Is it working with maybe that? Oh no, it's not working. Where have we been? You see why it took so long to test Maze Plus?
Yeah, just setting all the buttons up.
Yeah, so for fuck's sake, I will take this one here and I will take that one here. So
Okay, just a notepad to write down which keyboard buttons it is, and you're fine. Or phone and take a picture of the screen.
no, I will have a look at it later. I just want to. Okay, this is that. This is the. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. We go here, take this direction, snap it, and I said snap it.
Don't know if you need both lit toned color, maybe.
I'm not sure at the moment. You mean both green?
I'm not sure if you need the wheel and the road. Whatever the one next to the wheel is.
We will see what happens when we turn around, I would say.
Yeah.
So yellow is not locked.
I cannot remember.
No, it's when I'm turning now and it snapped it out. So, but it has to pick now the other direction, right? And that does not happen here. So there is something not right with the stuff I'm doing.
I'm just trying to find it on Modhub. Their wonderful search function.
Oh, he did it. It's fine. It's doing it. So I just have to get rid of the display then, or if you don't mind bothering you with the red and white line, I will keep it up for a moment too.
They don't bother me at all. I quite often play with them permanently stuck on.
Kommt der weiter vom? Yeah, no. The sound that whoop 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 is because I pulled it to 400 horsepower. No, it's from Modelleicher's realism add-on transmission. It does it in the newest version. A little bit this whoop 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 whoop. If I give full speed, it runs smoothly. Yeah, and if you have less gas, it does it like that. I think it's more realistic, but with me keeping him on 4 kilometers per hour on this stutter gas, of course you can hear it. But if I'm pulling up hand gas, you will see it works a little bit cleaner. More gas, it works much cleaner. So you see, it's all on intentional. And yes, I was thinking about going to a tracker track with this tractor, of course, because if Schnacky can do, we can do also. So let's see what happens now. How we find the second row here. Normally it should hit now if I'm pushing. What was it again? This button here?
Maybe.
Well, there's always the other thing that we can do. Let's make it a little bit quieter. There's always my favorite, where we go with now, and this will be and this will
I
be.
I was assuming you didn't have it in. Well, you. I could say, I don't know. I was wondering why you weren't just using guidance steering.
I tried. I wanted to have a little bit more experience in using other stuff.
Yeah.
That's basically the reason for. So I never used it before intentionally. So this is why I'm trying to use it now. And let's see on how both mods get confused now with having them both.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. So
You'll just do it twice as fast. But you'll get extra increased accuracy on your straight lines.
maybe, or maybe I get a bad letter from the provider who says
Yeah.
which signal is now the correct one.
Yeah. You get billed twice for your RTK GPS signals.
Yeah. So let's see if we can make it work, because for here I know where the buttons are.
Yeah. And I think that's why I like the VCA one, because I know where they are and they're really easy to reach on keyboard. Because they're all around the kind of ASWD keys that you use to drive.
You see what DCP is writing? He says, and now a black smoke from the exhaust, and this tractor is okay for him. He's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. I just translated it. Yes, we're being very lax tonight with all these people not speaking English.
You see what Rainer just wrote for VCA?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had assumed that's why you used enhanced vehicle, which is why I attempted to learn how to use it. I can usually just about remember how to use guidance steering, because I used to use it in FS19 all the time.
Yeah, I'm a Wobster fanboy anyways, but the problem here on this field is the field has no number. Yeah, so
You can't save it.
yeah, it's really so yeah. Oh
Yeah, I have a slightly edited version which has at least one of the grass pastures now has numbers on.
oh, okay.
Because I wanted to be able to do grass working contracts, so one of my really, really nice patrons went and added them for me.
So first of all, what did you say? Patreons?
Yeah.
You have Patreon? Wow.
I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't. But so there could be a possibility that I could get this version to make it a Terra Life for some.
Yeah.
Some.
I'm sure. If I can use it as well.
Yeah, of course you could, because we would play on it then from time to time, I guess.
Yeah. I'll have a word with him, because he only added it to a few, and I'll get him to add it to the rest of them if he's feeling really generous. He's building his own Canadian map, but he's really good at helping me with stuff.
So there's this Attingham question again. Attingham Park.
Yeah, Attingham Park at the moment doesn't support grazing, but there's a video on my YouTube channel about how to sort it. Or you can wait until the update comes out, and then I'm going to update all of the pastures on Attingham, and that will be on my Discord and on Gamer Dragon's Discord, and probably on the Mace Plus one as well, until it gets released properly.
Ray Shivitz, thank you, and welcome to the stream.
So yeah, for now, for Attingham, you need to do it yourself. In a little while, files available. The meadow that I subsoiled, which I haven't released that video yet, I don't think. The one that I did with GPS, and actually that I then did with Courseplay.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the series that I'm doing on Attingham, I'm trying to show off lots of Maze Plus features. So I showed off a bit of subsoiling, but it was a huge pasture, so I had two going on Courseplay, which is quite one.
So it's this action. We need action. Don't do 10 minutes the same. Action. Go to the chopper.
Not quite, but not quite. I think at the same time I was also ploughing a field and seeding a field.
So you use the pump gun?
And you can actually see where you've been without GPS because you get a texture.
No, I know. I mean, this is really a relaxing work.
It is. Yeah, I have done, I think, 2 videos in a row on different maps where I have spent the entire video ploughing fields because I love. It's pretty weird. I used to hate ploughing in FS.
Yeah.
I would jump straight to the cheaty plough. But now I love a proper plough in FS. I would happily sit and spend a couple of hours ploughing a field without GPS. So it's strange how I've changed.
Yeah, the play style and behavior changes very often with mods that come later into the game, where you
as well.
Yeah, where you have already a certain play style, and maybe you think of, oh, not again, and then a mod comes who makes it slightly easier or more enjoyable, and suddenly the work that you didn't like per accident gets for example, the baler wrapper for forage harvester from Castor now kind of makes it interesting for me to do forage or maize corn silage even more than before with the just baling, because now we don't have to have all those people on the tractors driving.
You can do it as a single person job.
Yeah, not single but you can do it with 2 people now, and you don't have to wait and organize for the multiplayer stream that there are always 5 people there and all that stuff. So you can make it on a better and easier occasion. So like Rainer building on the 1-row maize chopper, to have the possibility or capability of fresh maize feeding realistically with smaller machines. So this is with more weeks going into the game, we will have more and more mods who show us basically on what we would have liked if we had it before.
Yeah. Mine's actually gone the other way, because I started playing FS19 when most of those easy to use mods were out, and like I say, I would use the Lizard 6-meter subsoiler that acts as a plough, whereas now I like a real proper offset plough, and maybe I've just grown up a bit, maybe.
Yeah, I used on Chicho the 6-meter or even wider subsoiler instead of ploughing.
Yeah.
Not because not because of avoid ploughing. Yes, a little bit. Yes, but it's how we did it in real life. We didn't plough anymore to a certain crop. We used the subsoiler. And with having this machine on there, or a tractor capable of pulling it, I took it. Yeah, so yes, maybe the size was not that fitting, but for the time being it was okay, because it was test safe, right? So there will be an amount of change coming to the TerraLife beta on this map. Also with, I think I will take the Novak from FS19 with on the save game. So there will be all of a sudden a completely different way you can see Alien Paul play. I have several farms with the potato, onion, carrot, so to say, the root crop farm. There will be fields that I need to plow because of the root crops, but the dairy farm, for example, won't have a plow anymore.
Because you'll get your root crops from the root crop farm.
Yeah, no. So I can play my liking for the root crops and other machinery on the second farm. Yeah, and I don't have to fit all to this one farm. So this is always the way I wanted to play back in the days, but I didn't know that you could make a single player multiplayer. It was always a pain in the ass for me having a map with different farms, but it was all yours. And I said, well, cannot someone make a single player gameplay possible that you have several farms, that they have other names and all that stuff? And I don't know who it was, but someone said, yeah, make a single player multiplayer. And I said, what? Yeah, you make a single player multiplayer and you have that. And I said, well, I didn't know that.
I tend to use park vehicle and just switch off the ones that I don't want.
Yeah, but if you have another farm named differently, and right, it makes it a little bit more attractive for me, because I always have, I mean, if I would play single player, I normally would have 3 to 4 farms. There's this smaller one, the older guy that I know who has pigs. For example, he has 2 small tractors, a 2-wheel drive and a 4-wheel drive, below 100 horsepower. Then there is this guy who has this milking cows with 100 cows. He has bigger ones. Then there's this contractor who has, so this is my play style, what I like. I like playing a farm based on the mood that I have at this special day. So if I want to play or want to do this or that, I will switch to this farm and do it. And so this is how I like to play.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah, having different experiences. It's basically a little bit like Simulation for the Nation does his videos, or did, where he helped out on different farms, and where he even switched maps by driving on the road and then switching to the other map and helping out there. And so this is basically on how I like to play, because in my life I had my own farm, but I also helped on several farms. So I always had this never getting sad experience with always having different tractors, machinery and workflows. And this is how I want to spend my time in farm sim.
I really like that idea. Coming soon to a YouTube series near you. I never thought of doing that.
Yeah, and I thought about making that a series on my channel, to be honest, to have an extra to the streams. So that I could have some single player relaxing streams, not streams, videos, but playtime that I can put up on my channel when I have maybe no time or no interest in streaming this evening also.
It's a brilliant idea. I would definitely watch you play like that, even if I can't understand what you're saying.
That would be...
It's probably a way off for me doing it, so I've got too many series running.
I wouldn't mind if you would do the same. I mean, if you would do it in English, I could do it in German. I have no problem in sharing ideas within the team, because I can only quote DJ. It's leveling all on an equilibrium way.
Yeah, equal.
Yeah. So this is ideas shared are better than ideas kept for themselves and never shown.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. There was a question from Pete, and I've seen that question asked before as well, about whether you could add chicken feed to the mixer wagon as a recipe. technically? Like,
I'm not.
is there a
I'm not.
reason you
Yeah, I'm not sure. Um,
maybe instead
basically,
of pig feed?
you could, but with the mixer wagon recipes for the starter mill, to be honest, we didn't get too deep into it because there will be 2 new starter mills coming from us in the whole theme of Terra Life, where we have to make the mixer wagon more capable of doing more stuff. And so at the moment we only focused on having this grain grist in there and not seeing on how we could do it for more recipes. There's at the moment there's this the very needed thing that you need to know, the important feature. When you change recipes in the XML, the order in there is the pig food and the grain grist on the bottom of them. It has always to be in that order. Never ever put the grain grist or the pig feed above the others, or you will crash the whole system. And this is something, it worked out for the pig food and the grain grist, because the grain grist is basically grain grist. The CCM is basically within the fill type switching script from the fill type converter. So we kept it out of the script. We only use the mixer script for putting the Luprosil into it, and the others is a thing that is working on an altered mixer wagon script, but we did not extend it yet. So I give no guarantee and I give no support on people trying to do so for the just mentioned reasons.
Yep.
There will be, later on, there will be the possibility, but not yet, and it would really get out of hand if we try to give support for that while we're not exactly knowing on how we will change the script.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that, and I'm not saying that because I've made one, but I would be amazed if someone isn't making a Maize Plus compatible chicken food production.
Yeah, and keep in mind, don't try to do Doika productions, Nature Green productions, or DSV productions, because those are branded things and they don't want people to recreate their copyright mixtures and stuff. So this is why we don't make, for example, a Doika hay pellets production chain. It will be hay pellets, yes, but there will be no Doika bags on it, because they can charge you with a decent amount of money if you break any branding rules, and so we won't be the first. So we won't start it. So this is why I'm saying it, not because we don't want to share. The fill types in there, of course, are created by us. They have no hand on the fill types, but the branding of the sacks and bags and all that stuff don't do so. The companies are very, very thin skinned on that.
Yeah, I'm really glad that my pellet production uses loose hay pellets then.
Yeah. No, it's really important. It's not because we don't want to share. It's just something that we have and had to sign. So this is why, for example, with Terra Life, the Nature Green horse silage will have a different fill type than the, for example, Eifelheu horse grass. Eifelheu is me. This was my company, so I give myself permission. Yeah, so there's
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, but the others really are very so if someone is baling horse hay or horse grass to the horse silage and putting wraps around it with Nature Green, I guarantee you Mr. Jakob Hölzel will ring at your doorbell. No, really, this is not it sounds funny, but it's really, really, it is really that way.
I guess the same if someone tries to make Deutsche branded vehicles other than you.
I'm not sure. I mean, on ModHub for sure, should be, as long as not, as long as they are not partnered with giants. I mean, if they are partnered with giants, of course, then there will be other opportunities, because the contracts that Giants does with the brands is basically that they can use certain things from them.
Whereas at the moment, is it just you have a contract with these brands to use them in the game?
Yeah, Giants has no contract at all with them.
Yeah.
So it would be look different if we would try to go on console. For example, I delayed or declined the contract with DSV and Giants. We had the papers lying there, and because of the not the possibility to get something from DSV on console in this farm sim, I said no, we don't do this contract yet, because we don't need any bindings if we don't have any good use for it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if they do the branding, I can tell you not what is in the contract, because I'm not allowed to.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that there are certain amount of notes in there that Giants is safe with using the brand, for example, than on their own. And
And I guess with submitting mods to ModHub, you generally can't have any custom brands, and
on consoles, not yet.
not even on PC. For like all the mods I've submitted, they have to be Lizard branded
Yeah.
or no brand.
Yeah.
You can't have custom brands. So if you tried to submit a Deutsche truck to ModHub, I think it would get rejected on the branding anyway.
I'm not sure. I really don't know. But what I can say is that Giants, for example, makes very good contracts with the companies. That, for example, if you I think I'm not giving away too much here, but for example, that if you do have a contract with Giants, that you say that you won't give a permission to any other farm simulator out there on this brand. So it's kind of a sneaky way, but I think it's the right way to keep the focus and interest of the companies on farm sim. Because every other farming simulator, so named, out there needs 14 years of pre-work of Giants to get on that point where we are now. And with Giants being that open and helpful to modders and to reworking the engine and make it better, we will never ever have a better farm sim than we have with Giants. Yeah, people say with no competitor out there they won't get better, but I can tell you that Giants is really interested in getting better, not only because they are the only ones, but they want to have the best possible way of enjoying people farm sim, and not just being the best because there's no other, if I'm getting that over right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a really long day. I've been awake since 3 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, and I will quit subsoiling for the moment, because I want to do something different. Because at the moment I'm not that interested in subsoil anymore.
It's because it's too slow and small.
No, it's the tractor is really loud, and it's just I wanted to show, that you can see even now, that you can see where you drove and all that stuff, and I wanted to show people, but I have to go to the dealership. I have to get the baler because it's still standing there, and then we have to have a look at the feeding of the cows, because we don't have any milk giving cows at the moment. so they are really small. That means that they don't eat that much. So we should be fine. Wait, let's park here. So we should be fine with the feeding at the moment.
All of my cows have stopped producing milk as well.
They stopped because they have not enough food, or what?
They stopped because they're not old enough.
Yeah, we have these 19-month-old, and those, and the milk is from before I put in the AFA.
Yeah, I've got exactly the same thing. That I've been running that save for half a year before I added Maize Plus, so I've got some milk from before.
And of course, there are now young cows. There's no reproduction, and this here is food that I put in there. But this food here is also, they are they're also 18 months. But this comes from the grazing. So for people who are asking if and how the grazing is working on the SpringMap, you see they ate already stuff from here. I painted it before I started the stream. It was 11 o'clock, so they had exactly 1 hour on here, and they put it that way.
I was really impressed because I was planning to do a video of adding Maize Plus into this save, and I had seen that I needed to update the fermenting silo, and then I went into the animal pastures, and they're all set.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. I just had to paint some meadow grass down, and it worked.
Yeah, because I just forgot the name. Kalle, I think it was Kalle. I'm not sure, but he's not that old into this modding. He's new into it, but he's also an old dude. So he does the vanilla recommendations. Of course, he does not make it different to the lazy way. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and these here are pastures that are on ModHub. That of course they are set up correctly. These are not the giants ones. These are others, but all the husbandries that I think it was color. Well, let's have a look. Not that I'm saying this name.
Quite a lot of the one. I checked a random sample of 4 off of ModHub, and 3 of the 4 were correctly set up. I think it's more modded maps with custom animal pens, because a lot of the ones built into the map on here are calling the base game i3D files.
Yeah,
which is why they're correctly set up.
This map has only 77 megabytes, so it's so it's really cool because this this farm here is separate on ModHub, and Kalle does really. I mean, there was this discussion about these flat roads, right? That it's some people don't like it. For me, I can always say I don't care, because it's for my liking to have an easygoing single player just for a couple of hours. It's not that intense playing like on shower or on shower. There is it again. On Carmston and on Chicho. That will be there. So it's really an easygoing. Let's see what we can do, and so it's very nice for me.
Same. I've got a couple of old tractors on there. I've got some cows, some horses, some sheep, and some chickens, and a couple of fields, and it's
Any modded animal pens in the near future? I think there will be plenty of when people see that grazing is now possible. So
I'm pretty sure that some modders have already submitted them to go into testing. And again, that's not me. That's from people trying to get information out of me before grazing released, and then suddenly showing their mods in testing, including animal pastures.
Yeah.
So
welcome to the club. Now you know how I felt in FS19. Where I knew basically about every map that was in planning because they wanted to have, and I didn't speak about it. But some people really there is the right way to do it, and there's the correct way to do it, and there's the way they did it. So
Yeah, I'll chat to you about that afterwards if we've got time.
yeah,
It's not one for the streaming, but yeah, I'm certain that probably most animal pastures that are out that don't support grazing will be getting an update, because the update that they need to make is console compatible, because it's a standard feature that you
yeah,
should have in an animal
correct.
pasture. So it doesn't stop you having it, because when I spoke to GB, he was like, well, does that mean I'm going to have a PC version and a console version? It's like, no, they're
No,
all
you
things that,
just have to fucking work after
yeah.
the vanilla base game. You
What
just have to do it like Giants intended it, and
Yeah.
all will be
What
fine.
what amazed me is on GB's map, they're all there. They're just not set. So he's got them in there. They're just not set to be over the pastures that his made nav mesh is for.
Now, but I think now you get
No.
why I really demanded that we keep the prices in Maze Plus on 1, so that people have to add it. They have to add the prices to make it fitting, because I don't want to support lazy people out there. If you want to have a very special game feature, so I would call Maze Plus or grazing, you can really put a little bit effort into it to make it fitting, and not really demand from us that we make it fit for all.
Yeah.
For example, people ask now why we don't get in contact with other mappers to put the fruits in there. Because I have been there. There were over 100 maps that we updated for the people, for the modders who had to do nothing. And they kicked us in the balls afterwards. Now we say, if you want it, do something for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that easy. We have been there.
All of these people that have all these wonderful suggestions don't know all of the history.
Yeah.
And there are good reasons why it's not like that.
I put so much such a big amount of work and heart and blood into this that I was close to literally killing myself. No joke, reality. This is where BGO hopped in and helped me with updating stuff and all that. I gave everything. Oh no, I'm even getting into tears. Sorry for that.
I know all of that. We've spoken about it a lot before, and I wasn't going to explain that to people. It's not their business why the decisions have been made.
Yeah, but
They've
people
been
can know.
made.
Really, they really can know.
Yeah, the people that I was talking to, I didn't want to tell them why.
Yeah.
They need to accept that that's the decision that's been made for reasons. And we don't need to be told that I'll get to the next bit that annoyed me as well. We don't need to be told what we should do, because they're all conscious decisions. They're not because we haven't thought of it. And the other bit that annoyed me is the person telling me that I needed to tell the farming agency what they needed to do.
Yeah.
So I pointed out that I'm part of the farming agency.
Yeah. And you're an admin too, so what you say is also said and done. But people not really don't get that. When people ask me what my job is in the farming agency and not knowing all the history of it, and I tell them, well, I founded with Bull the farming agency. I created Maze Plus. It was my work, and Modelleicher created the global version for in scripting all that stuff. I built the stuff in the maps. I created the umbrella for in farming agency so that different modding teams could work together and all that stuff that went on and on and on. And I made all the support, the partners, and all that stuff. I made it. I really dived very deep into it. I gave it all, and I literally was thinking about killing myself after a very big amount of modders out there just laughed at me and kicked me or slapped me in the face after we did that for them. And now this farm sim, we say farming agency comes first, the team comes first, the personal health comes first. If we didn't do anything for others, there are certain and good reasons why we don't do it anymore. Not that we never thought about it, we did it, but we got kicked, and this is why we don't. And there is a very difficult place at the moment where we are at, because people not knowing of the past don't understand, and people who are just, so to say, users who don't know all the stories behind it just wonder, okay, FS19, every map had Maze Plus, why not this FS? So I want to explain to them. I want to, but I want to do it in the right moment. So at the moment, I feel it is the right moment to do so. And only in FS22 we could spread the workload among more teammates. Yeah, in FS22 there is less work for me now, because it's I got help by the team. That was not the case in FS19. But now, with having less work doesn't mean there is less pressure, and the feelings that I had back in FS19, they won't go away. So I hope you guys out there understand why and how we are doing this, and why we say, okay, now team comes first, our personal health comes first, and we do all the crops and all that stuff. We created all the crops and all that stuff, and everybody could use it and build it into their maps, or we build it in there. And now, with having to do 43 textures, including the motion path and all that, for every crop you need 43 textures. With us now doing that, because FS19 is not good enough anymore for FS22, people are really demanding we give it to them, we do it for them. No, if you want to be the great mapper and modder that you thought that you were, show us. Oxy knows. Oxy does himself, and we share our stuff with Oxy, and he shares his stuff with us, because he always supported us and helped us. But he is one of maybe 5 in the whole farming simulator modding community.
And I think that's probably because he's got the talent to do it himself. He understands the effort. No, I think the other thing, I'm guessing most of the people, maybe not, people that watch this, if you've got a question and you ask it in a Maze Plus Discord, you don't need to tag Paul. There are a team of us that can answer your question. Guy gets tagged enough, and enough PMs and enough messages everywhere else. Just ask your question, and someone who knows the answer from the farming agency team, or a member of the Discord who knows the answer to your question, can answer it for you.
Yeah, and that was quite different in FS19 too. It was important to tag me, because no one else did in the beginning help with this stuff. So there is now where I have a team, and a team of moderators who help, and people from my team help me with the support and all that stuff, so that it's really not necessary anymore, because they are more involved than they were in FS19. So if someone with FA tag, or for example also Axel, for example, he knows also a lot. If they tell you, do so, because they know. And I have so much work behind the curtain what you guys don't see and don't get, and it's really nice that now I can finally share the workload with others. And
like, there are questions that I don't know the answer to, but I can go and ask the rest of the team, and then one of them will usually jump in and answer it. It's
and the reason why I really hardly delete and avoid questions for building in fruits and stuff into maps in FarmSim 22 is because 99% of them were stolen assets from us from FS19. And a lot of people think, oh, maybe we take it just from FS19 and we put it in FS22, and my Patreons will pay for alpha, beta, whatever, like it happened in FS19. And now I say no, because we were the ones to go to, or better said, it sounds a little bit arrogant, but it is not, trust me. I went from not knowing anything about modding to the guy where people go to for fruits and all that stuff. So, and they did a lot, and I tried to help everybody. And then when you see that they take for alpha and beta versions Patreon money and turn around and laugh in your face, this is where I'm saying, okay, FS22 will work differently. We do our stuff. We do it as good as we can in our maps and the farming agency Musketeer partner maps, and we give it out for free. And others who just showed in the past that they are not worthy, so to say, they won't get it, and we won't support that to help them implement stuff that was created by us. So I'm not sure if most of it gets lost in translation, because I'm not sure if I explained it right, but you can correct me in certain ways.
I think everything that you said is correct. From what you've told me, a lot of modders basically took advantage of the work that you were doing and the effort you would put in, and took their rewards from it and left you. And this time it's not going to happen. Some of those FA maps that people really loved took a lot of work from you, and then you got no credit, or you got complained at because it was an FA map and people didn't want to play with Maze Plus.
We had to do the complete support for the map because there was FA on it. I mean, most of the FA maps that we made in FA edition that were on our Discord, we had to outrule a lot of mistakes on the maps that were there. So it is mostly a very complete, overworked mission, starting by the farmlands and all that stuff. Yeah, but the way with farming agency edition, people think that I forced them to put the name on it. I didn't. That was originated in Lancy Boy with Stone Valley, who was so thankful about me putting the stuff in there that he called the version farming agency version or farming agency edition, and all the others just picked up on the name. So I never forced anybody to name it farming agency edition, except our farming agency edition in the Discords. This is also a very interesting rumor that is going out there and is killing my mood from day to day.
I think BGO suffered some of your pain as well.
Yeah.
There was a question that I've Google translated, but you can probably read it and understand it better in German, from Paul07.
Yeah, I see it.
About forage harvesters. I'm assuming that's some sort of mod conflict or a weirdly coded trailer.
No, it's basically I would answer in German for Paul. Paul, das ist meistens der Trailer hat ja einen kleinen Knick in der Optik. Oder aber du hast manuelles Überladen an. Also ich würde das erstmal mit einem Standard-Trailer versuchen und gucken, ob du manuelles Überladen dabei hast. Das sind so die zwei Hauptgründe. Ansonsten kein Problem. So we had the same issue the other day in the stream where Modelleicher used the old Fortschritt harvester, and it didn't fill up the trailer. You know what was the issue in there?
A trailer definition?
Yeah, there's a trailer definition, a forage harvester trailer definition now, and it was not there. A silo trailer was not there in FS19, so we didn't know, so we didn't show. And luckily, before we released, we could put it in Maze Plus so that those are working now too. Because if you don't have bulk in there, it won't work. So, but this is because he cannot have the alpha version, so it has to be the release version in there, and it cannot be that problem, I would say. So now I will do very sneaky stuff.
I would guess that it's a bit like my problem with the Keenan forage wagon, and that someone has defined a trailer with some individual field types rather than field type categories.
Yeah.
And so they're not getting picked up by Maze Plus. Would be my guess.
So I leave the subsoiling to do some subsoiling. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Because you've had enough of subsoiling. It's been a week for him. Give him a break.
But no, we cannot discuss the people who are within the farming agency at the moment because we are largening, so to say, a little bit. We kicked some and some new are coming, and until this is not safe and sound, we won't talk about it at the moment.
I think an obvious check on the Discord is whether they've got the FA tag on their name.
No, that's the problem. No, it's not.
True. Roll. Look for people who have got the
team role.
The higher up roles on the Discord.
Yeah, the red and the orange ones with FA tag are the ones who are definitely in the team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better to go by color in the Discord.
Yeah, because we have the farming agency Discord. That is a private Discord for certain partners. For example, also for Giants and realism modding and creative mesh and all that. And where our team is on, where we don't have the Maze Plus farming agency guys in anymore. Ray Shivitz, welcome to the farming agents. Oh yeah, this is another point with the with the super chats, or how it is called, and all that stuff with YouTube, with these channel memberships. I didn't want that. I was forced into by the community to do so, and I said, okay, I will do it, but you won't get anything out of it. So there will be no special videos only for members or stuff like that. It's just for supporting me. But if you want to really support me, use the PayPal link, because YouTube takes 50 or 60% of the support. So if you donate €2 via Super Chat, it will only be a little bit more than €1 at my end, and in PayPal it all comes up there. This is why I'm trying to avoid Twitch at the moment, but I have to go there too. So this will be also very easy. Non-typical Twitch then.
Yeah, and you kind of chuckled at me having a Patreon page. That was because people suggested I should have one. Yeah. Because they wanted to support.
No, I was just making fun out of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I found it very weird when someone suggested it, and there's 5 people on there, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's sometimes really if you, I mean, the amount of coffee, cigarettes, and kebabs are, yeah. But it's so nice to see that there are people who know that they won't get anything in return except of us using it for coffee and all that stuff, who really support us because they want to. That gives me personally a good feeling, and I'm so thankful about and for it, because a lot of people do. And it makes me think a little bit like we are more worthy than those who say, if you pay me $10 you will get an alpha version. Yeah. This is something where I really say no. I think I should make the headlands first, so that the helper doesn't go into the greenings.
And if I get another 7,080 subscribers, I have to buy Paul a kebab.
Yeah, but a mega kebab.
Yeah. So, if you want to help feed Paul.
I mean, we are talking not in centimeter diameter. We are talking in kilometer diameters. So basically, Disturbed can swim on the kebab to Germany.
I'll paddle across.
Yeah, through the very very nice sauce on it. No, it's really it's really nice to see that people say, here, I enjoy your work, what you're doing. Here, have a buck, and I really don't care if it's €1 or €1 million. We are grateful for every penny that comes across, because we know that you do it from your heart and not because you think you get something in return. And this is what it makes what it makes it so worthy for me, that really people want to, yeah. And yeah, it's fine, and it's also fine if you don't. There's no reason for someone to donate something. We won't change anything with the behavior of Maze Plus or Terra Life. We will do it either way, but to see people enjoying it is really yeah, nice. Really.
Yeah, it a whole weird world for me when I passed that magical 1,000 subscribers and people started asking how they, even just before that,
Yeah.
people were donating stuff, and it's really weird. It's something that's a hobby, and people pay you to do your hobby. It's
Yeah, this
quite
is
strange.
and this is this sharing and stuff, to get on the topic where we talked about in private a little bit. For me, yes, of course, I would have a much bigger channel growth if I would do the English videos, tutorials, and all that stuff instead of having Disturbed doing it. But I don't care if he gets 10k, 100k, 1 million subscribers. The work and the help and the friendship that grew out of him doing it with so much heart, you cannot make this up in numbers. You cannot make this up in money. You cannot make this up in something else, because really it is hard for someone like me, who has the overview over everything, to give partial the control out of hand, so to say. But it is worth every minute, this is wrong to say, it is worth every minute. It was worth every step that I took, and you overtook, so to say, parts of it. It was worth it because you are doing such a great job, and you are doing much better in supporting and explaining to the native English community than I could ever do. And I'm not that, I would say I'm that big of a man to say that was the best decision ever made, to have you in the team, to have you in the team as an admin, to have you in the team for doing the English stuff. I think it is also helping your channel to grow by growing with us together. So we have both something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot to take in. It's going to sound really pathetic, but thank you, because I can't think of anything else to say to that.
I didn't say so much. I just.
You said quite a lot then.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really appreciated. It's,
so we have to rename,
because I found it the other way around. I was really grateful that I got to be a part of this.
Yeah, you see. Sorry when I step in there, but you see, this is also this is a very I don't know the right word for it, but back in the days, people approached me as, oh, there's the alien Paul, the modding god, and all that. I never called me that way. I never said it. There were some people out there who thought of it like that, and it was very for me it was no, because I am the guy who's grateful for people getting into the boat, for people I can share with, for people. Yeah, you see, it's quite the opposite. So I'm very grateful for you being in the boat, but of course I see and listen and hear when you say that you are grateful too, because this is what makes us more like friends and family, instead of just, okay, I take the best out of Paul and after a year I kick him in the butt. Because I had this, and I know that you are not that type of guy. I know that you are more than trustworthy, and that you are a really decent guy, and I really like you, and this is why I'm so happy. I was not from the beginning with seeing you having more views than I had, to be honest. Yeah, but now I am really happy that your work pays off for your channel too, by on the same time being part of the farming agency that grows together. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
I really view you as a friend now. So it's something that started out as a kind of, wow, this poor guy is messaging me about my stuff, and that first time we spoke was kind of weird, but I now just consider it as I'm chatting to one of my friends.
Thank you.
And we happen to share a passion for this game and the really clever stuff that you and the rest of the guys do that I then sit and talk about.
So Paul also walk on the water. Yeah, I have to rename the stream tonight because maybe Disturbed and me are walking on our own tears tonight. So this is
yeah, no, it really means a lot that you think of the stuff that I do as being that good, and you know, we both think of each other as friends. So it's a really good opportunity to share the link to my channel.
Yeah, do it.
Let someone ask. Yeah, no, it has done crazy things for my channel. The first few days I was getting probably 7 times the amount of views. It's dropped off a bit now, which is kind of nice because I don't wake up to 50 comments to answer.
Sorry, Rainer says Paul is running over water. He's not even capable of swimming.
That's why he runs on it. Yeah, definitely, and that's why I appreciate it. Vanelli and Marie's comment about trust.
Yeah, trust.
And you know, we have been chatting for a very long time now, and about a lot of stuff that's not farm sim. I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, only to hop in the trust thing. Sorry for interrupting you, but
no, go for it.
we had around about 140 Maze Plus partners in the Maze Plus support Discord. They are different to the farming agency Musketeer partners or TerraLife partners because they are Maze Plus partners. So everybody who had something to do with Maze Plus, was it the map or released the mod on it or something like that, I weeded it out. I'm now on 70 and there will be more weeding out because those 70 I weeded out, they lost my trust. I was not fast enough to do it earlier because we were busy with something. I don't know if you might think or know what, but I weeded them out because you can do everything with and to me, but if I mistrust you, if I lose the trust in you, it's done, it's finished. And there is a certain layer of trust. There's trust on knowing that you do the best intention in whatever with Maze Plus. There's trust in you being that trustworthy with an NDA, that you will keep it, trustworthy with some spoilers or stuff like that. So there are a certain amount of trustworthiness, so to say, and those that I kicked just don't even fit basically the first layer anymore. And I cannot even tell on how deep my trust to Disturb goes, because I made him basically admin on Maze Plus and on farming agency, and it is, I would say it is very risky with someone that you don't know that much, but I think we know each other now that well that I know that this trust is well placed. And so yeah, this is why it makes such a good internet friendship, so to say, right? Because
I tend to, if it's someone that I genuinely think is a friend to me, it doesn't matter that they exist on the internet.
Yeah, and I'm not that easy on saying, oh, my friend. No. I have only a couple of friends, really.
Same.
Yeah. So friend is not friend like others say Facebook friends. I have 1,000 Facebook friends, but I'm on Christmas alone. Why is that so?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No.
So
I think although I think in a way we're both quite similar. And I think that's probably why we've ended up as friends out of this, rather than just me trying to extract information out of you to make videos that aren't wrong.
Good night, Rainer. Yeah, and we are all kind of sick at the same flu, on the same flu, so to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of common ground. We've between us, either directly or indirectly, experienced a lot of the same things in life as well.
Yeah. For example, with DJ Goham, we talked so much over the years. Sometimes when we started writing in chat, he just called me on Facebook and said, "Hey, come on, let's talk a little bit. It's easier than writing." And then we ended up having a phone call for 3 hours. And when I met him in real life, it was really like knowing each other for years. So it was not that big of a deal meeting in real life, but it was kind of big deal meeting in real life because we never met each other before. But it was like only the visual aspects that had to fit on top of it because we knew each other. So I don't know how to explain it, but
I totally get that. I've got friends off of the internet that I've met twice, and even before I'd met them, there was nothing that they didn't know about my life. I think if you spend enough time chatting to each other, it doesn't matter that you're, internet friends, whatever that means.
yeah.
And probably besides people that I work with and my family, I probably talk to you the most because you're the one who doesn't like to type.
Yeah.
Um,
For me, the problem with English chats is I very often know how to pronounce stuff, but not on how to write it. And I'm very proud. I'm a proud guy, and I want to have it correct written down. So for me, this is like respecting the other's heritage and language. I want to get it correct in pronouncement or in writing. So I really try to avoid writing that much because when we're talking, it doesn't. It's not so obvious when certain things are not correct, right?
yeah. It's I'm like you have said. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't correct you if your English was typed wrong because mine often is. So I
have to hop in again. Downhiller Timo, you're back. He's the only one who pulls it that far. So
it's a special hello.
no, it's really. I mean, I have to say, some in the farming agency in the inner circle. Of course, they had to. How to say it? They were not shocked, but they had to. They were stuck a little bit when I said, "Well, Disturb is now admin." I think I didn't even say it. I just gave you that role.
I remember opening Discord the day you did it and being massively confused.
Yeah, but I can do this because my team trusts me 100% because I never let them down. Because in all the month and years back, no matter on how worse something was, I always put myself in front of them to get the backlash. I always took all the criticism and the hate. I took it and shielded them, and all the well done and all that stuff I gave to them. This is the part that you have to be in when you are team leader. And with Robert, who is basically the same stage in team leadership, but he keeps himself completely out of it. He's more or less the CEO. That means all the money with taxes and all that stuff all runs over his business. So he trusts me 100% too, and only therefore it is possible that if I make a decision, it is sealed and settled because I know my team is with me. And that leads to sometimes when I'm asking them, when I'm going to make a decision, they are a little bit astonished because what? What is he asking? Yeah, so you saw that with Limon when I said Disturb has all the permission to do so. Even then he checked back on me.
I totally understand that kind of hesitance because particularly I don't think I've ever spoken to Limon bar a couple of chats about the PDF. I guess some of them know me more, some of them know me less, and yeah, it was a shock, and it's kind of, yeah, it's cool that you trust me with all of that.
So I have to hop in again.
This is
Vanilla Marie, Rainer is not working in the background. He is kind of very in the front too now, and he is the backbone of most of the machinery and buildings, and will be on much more for Holzer, Bergisch Land, Old Alp Map. So he's the 3D artist who is really, he's really the rock in I don't know what Brandung in English means. The when the ocean hits the rocks, how is it called? Shore.
Sort of know what you.
Yeah, the water that splashes. It has a certain name. There's a saying. The rock in the.
I'm not sure where you're going, but I know if you know, there's been a couple of times where you've not been available, and Rainer has always been there when I've wanted to ask stuff. He's definitely very much part of the, and he's usually one of the more active ones at the moment in the Discord, helping people out. He's definitely a very good guy.
No, not backbone, not directly backbone of the agency. It's like, oh wait, I will Google it. Maybe Google can tell me. Sometimes the sayings are not the same.
Yeah. We need to have that deep learning translation stuff running in the background.
Oh, you can. By the way, you can pin it in the moderator channel, so that it doesn't get.
Yeah, I need to do that. I'll probably find it again tomorrow. I might bug Adam if he's still about, because I think he's installed it.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'll get the link for it.
Yeah, but this is now really awkward, because the direct translation for Fels in der Brandung is in English just rock solid.
Yeah, I would say that is a pretty good description of Rainer.
So and this is now with him being more the active part, and really helping me with the support and all that stuff. I mean, all the guys in the team do now. You see them in the Maze Plus Discord, helping and supporting. With that not being there in FS19, and now with them being there on the front line, so to say, they only get a glimpse of what I had to be in FS19.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing, you know, the wave of stuff that hit my little part of this on Saturday and Sunday was enough. And yes, could you PM me the link, please, Adam, so I don't forget it. The amount that you must have coped with FS19 and everything that came with Maze Plus would have been insane.
The funny thing is, with Vanilla Marie saying, and I meant to say thanks to people who are not as visible as you are presently, most of the work from the team now in FS22 is more visible, and my work now is more in the background, even with me being the shield for the others. It's really an interesting combination, that the other day when people asked me what my job was, and I explained to them what I did all in FS19, and where we had to grow to become the team that now I give parts away, they called me arrogant, because it could not be. We were 10 or 12 people in a farming agency, and they couldn't understand that they didn't do anything. But no, they didn't. That they didn't have to, because it was Sam and me. And now with them coming forward, that we are now capable of working as a team with certain workflows and certain parts of chapters that we are doing, so different branches. It is kind of a good thing, but the part that I'm doing behind the curtain exploded. So I am not capable of doing the same amount of work that I did in FS19, because just imagine, I did the German, the English, the French, the Dutch, did. So And now just having this tiny small amount of English support that you are taking now, it's not to make it look small. It's just for the comparison, yeah. So
Yeah.
and you thinking of wow, what,
Yeah.
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 Just keep in mind that this was partial also a reason for my thinking of taking my life, because you can only.
It was overwhelming.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
imagine you have 7 to 8 maps every day to update. You have 5 to 6 maps where you have to give support to the mappers. Then you have to give support to the players. Then you have to give support for the Maze Plus. Then you have to figure out some partners working with you and all that stuff. Then doing the social media and all that. That it was just too much. I was really thinking I could handle it, what I could in the beginning, but after it exploded, it was impossible for me. And everybody wanted just with Alien Paul, speak to Alien Paul. And this is why it's so necessary and so important what you said, that you don't have to tag me for every small bits and piece. Because now in FS22, finally, we have a grown team where they really know what to do, and if it's really a question that is necessary to get answered by me, they will contact me. Back in the days I had 200 and more messages every day. Then I went to friends only, and now with friends only I'm already at 30-40 per day again. Sometimes it's impossible. Sometimes there are days where I get them all done, and sometimes I don't get any done. And this is why I'm so proud of my team, and I'm so proud that you are part of the team now, that we can manage the unnecessary support in a decent way. Because remember, we did this mod to play with it for us, and we only share it because there are people out there who want to play with it. That means we have to deal with mod hub testing, with mod conflicts, with mods that we never would play with, and all that stuff. So yeah.
I think that is another one for people watching, that if you think, why won't we answer questions that are, kind of loosely attached to Maze Plus but aren't Maze Plus, it's just because we can't. If you want to learn how to edit a mod to make it do something with Maze Plus, or edit a map to do something, we can't support that, even with the bigger team that there is now. Because if someone asks it once and then someone sees the question again and they try and do it and it doesn't work, they expect to get an answer on how to fix it.
And this is also only partial true, because we have partners. We still have very close partners, farming agency, musketeer partners, so to say, who have in the past been also rock solid partners, who not just took, they received and they gave. So it was back and forth. For best example is SMI Matteo, Oxygen David, DMI modding, the French guys, but also Castor, for example. So, and of course, when they want to do something, and I know there will be several mods coming out from Castor in the near future. Of course, when they asked us, they're asking us, we are helping them to implement our stuff into their things. But we cannot do for the thousands others out there who just want to, who have a brain fart and want to have it in there and do not even know a decent amount of modding. We cannot explain modding, because we are, and this is why I'm so proud that we don't have and want and need a Discord that is so highly frequented, because it's a Maze Plus support Discord. It's not a modding for dummies Discord. We will help in certain directions sometimes, because we want to, or we have the time for it, but it's not a given feature of the Discord that we explain you on how to mod, because there are modding tutorials out there and other Discords. The same goes for political discussions, or racial discussions, or mod team A, B, C is bad, or mod A, B, C is bad. I don't want that in my Discord, because I want it to be a place where people know when they get there they are being treated respectfully. If they ask a question with a certain amount of effort, they will get an answer and they will get help, and we don't rant about others. This is my intention, and we have over 13,000 people in the Discord, and we were the first who reached 10k. Afterwards Agrarplay kind of kept up and overtook us. But yes, from every direction he has people in the Discord, and I'm really okay with this, because he does a good job in supporting all the other things that we don't have to, but this is so basically the intention of it. So
yeah, that doesn't mean that we don't occasionally have fun in there and post endless Wayne's World memes.
Yeah, or food pics are always no, but you can only lose with political discussions. The same with race. We are all on the same planet and we want to have fun, and there are so many other Discords and social media platforms where people do until they vomit, discuss stuff like that, and we don't want. I respect every political meaning you have, but you don't have to share it with us, and I won't share mine, except for being a human being with the same hobby. And I don't care which god you're praying to, which human you are loving. I had to change this because I was saying because animal love, I don't so if it's legal, I really don't care. And I don't care if you LGBT or whatever, no matter, as long as you're a decent person. And there are assholes in every fraction of human beings, and I only don't like assholes, and this is what I'm trying to avoid in all that.
It's just kind of to explain why people might not be getting the help they think they should.
Yeah,
so,
I see a certain a specific and don't name it, I won't name it, a certain group of people who always try to rant and get very racial and get very political by swearing when something doesn't go after their liking. Sometimes I leave their comments there after I kick them, just to warn people about on what topic you should not go and post. Also, there is the Discord is a family Discord. Sometimes I let it slide a little bit if someone is posting a cup of beer, a glass of beer. So normally I would say no, because it's alcohol. I let it slide because sometimes it's just, for example, in the Bavarian, they have it as base food. So, but for example, Cat in the Desert with this Rammstein posts and all that stuff. Rammstein is not FSK 0, and they have sometimes texts that are not going in the right direction, so I have to say, please don't do it. Sometimes there's a song that is okayish, but so this is why I'm deciding on sometimes to delete stuff, or if people always start when they come on the Discord with posting a Rammstein video. Yeah, there's our Italian friend Astro. Yeah, greetings. Don't do that.
I think it's just it's run differently to a lot of other Discords. So, but that means it's a helpful community.
Yeah. The good thing is, the first border that we have, intelligent test, is you have to pick your language.
Oh,
and there are
believe how many people I've had to explain that to in the last 5 days.
Yeah, but you won't believe, but you can see it now because you're admin.
Yeah.
You can see on how many did not find the button to find their language. So
I have the same thing on my Discord, but they have one button to press, and I would say 50% of the people that join can't press that one button.
Yeah. So it's good to have. I mean, sometimes I mean, I'm old too, and sometimes you just don't think about it, you don't see it. So there are people who really I would love to have. Sometimes when I know, when someone is asking me and I know he's not that firm with Discord, and I see that he hops on the Discord, I give the role manually, because I want to avoid them being frustrated. So this can happen, of course, but I know that there's a very big amount of people who are from their brain not capable of linking their finger to, so I let them there.
It's a complicated test.
Yeah, I let them there to think that the Discord is very quiet, that nothing interesting is there, so we avoid them rejoining, right? So they are in a safe space.
Yep.
Yeah, Adam, that's true.
Yeah, pretty much everyone that comes in and asks a polite question, even this week when it's the 100th time they've asked, someone has asked that question, they'll get a polite answer, and we'll try and help them. And I think the nice thing about I found it when I wasn't part of the farming agency, if you were part of that community and you knew the answer, people would respect you answering it.
I can tell.
With each Maize Plus release, there was a community that grew.
I can tell you that I'm not happy with some of my moderators sometimes. I will not every time I will openly tell them stuff. I will do it in private, but sometimes they overshoot. What I don't like is that if someone is posting, for example, someone comes to the Maize Plus Discord who's new to FS22, who doesn't know anything about Maize Plus, and he asks, in their perspective, a good question, but for everybody who answered the question 1,000 times, it seems like a silly question. You get sometimes they get a little bit harsh and just answer with lol and whatever, and it's whipping up. It's getting warm, and people don't understand why the question is answered that harsh. And this is where I step in, where I tell my moderators, you don't know where he's coming from. If he's putting effort in asking a question, as stupid as it is, answer it politely, and then look where it's going. Don't go and you should have known and whatever. Sometimes people don't see because I was in that position too. At the beginning of FS19, I had no clue on how to put just one single crop into FarmSim. So until FS19, from FS11, I was the guy who was asking stupid questions everywhere. So I know where they are coming from. They just don't know. And this is where I'm saying, please take the time and answer politely. And what I do not like on top of it is backseat moderating. Yeah? If people know the answer to a certain question, if they answer politely and correctly, it's okay. But don't do backseat moderating like, well, it's not allowed to do. Yeah, I don't like it because I mean not you. I mean, I mean the guys out there who are in the Discord who think, because they know, maybe they found out themselves because they broke the rule that this is not allowed. Yeah, and they are the ones who step forward and say, oh, it's not allowed. Blah, blah, blah. I don't like that either. I don't want this tone of aggressive people.
Yeah, and that's not the kind of thing that I meant. It was the more someone asks a genuine question and other people know the answer. I have to remind myself quite often, particularly when I open my phone up and start wading through YouTube comments, that generally they might be people who have never used Maize Plus before or aren't familiar with the mods and things. And occasionally they'll get a really short answer, and then I'll go back and engage with them properly.
I get very often this reality flashback, this reality back to ground, when I'm working with Modelleicher and stuff. No, it's really that way, because for him so much stuff is so normal and so logical. But if
that's why I was laughing.
Yeah, but
if you were going to go.
But if you have never done that, it doesn't matter if he explains it to you in 2 sentences. if you haven't seen it, if you haven't done it, if you haven't been there, you have no clue what he's talking about.
Yep.
And this is and sometimes it's just I'm asking him a question, and the kind of reaction is and within this I rethink my questioning, and then I say, oh yeah, I know, thank you for talking about it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is very often the same. Is on the other hand when it goes to farming, to real life farming, to stuff. For me, I have to remind myself that there are people out there who have not 35 years of practical farming experience.
Yeah.
When
Definitely are.
when I explain stuff, and I say it's quite normal, because you have this with the grassland subsoiler, right? From a player perspective, why is there not a 6 meter?
Yeah.
From the
That's
practical
15
perspective,
miles an hour.
yeah, and from the practical perspective, for me, it's totally logical. So this is where I try to fill the gap in both ways in the Maze Plus Discord and in the streams that I'm doing. I'm not doing the streams to show you, hey, look how good I am capable of virtual tractor driving. I'm here to answer questions and to show possibilities. And with the maps being updated to TerraLife Beta or Alpha, we have a lot to talk about. I want your feedback. I want you to get into the theme, maybe learn something. I mean, there were farmers who told me that they learned something from me, from the stream. The partner, DSV, the seeds company, they said, wow, we never had thought that so many farmers and farmer kids are playing Farm Sim. They are so excited about DSV coming into Farm Sim. Same with Doika. This is... Sometimes I have to remind myself that the amount of people watching our stuff is much bigger than the likes and subscribers are, because people don't subscribe that much. They forget to hit the like button, the bell icon, or the likes. They forget it. They just forget it. They have not in mind that it helps the channel and that it helps to grow. But when I see on how many and from where people get informed about this stuff, I always can just quote DJ Goham again in the very first interview that he said, where he said, I hope you stay the same now that the whole farming simulator community knows who Alien Paul is. Yeah, because so many people know by not physically showing it by like or subscription. The trailer, the Maze Plus trailer, has reached 30,000 views.
That's nuts. Yeah.
The big thank you post that I made back in FS19, if you scroll through the pictures from Farming Agency or the Alien Paul that are there, has reached on my page back in the days already 50k, where I thanked everybody who helped, was partnered, and all that. I never named myself. I never said I did. I only mentioned everybody who was in there by making icons, by Wobster and for example, by helping Creative Mesh, all the guys, Giants. I only thanked them, and I named them, and I said what they did. And this post reached over 50k. And 1 week later, I still got messages on that I'm an arrogant asshole, that I would say that I'm the god of modding and whatever. And I said, I never said that, quite the opposite.
Yeah, people will always be negative, whatever you write. So there's always going to be someone negative.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not capable of working in the farming anymore because of my accident, and then I wanted to go to school to make the online marketing manager, and then Corona hit, and so I'm basically on I don't know how is it called, on welfare, or how is it called?
Yeah.
So if I am asking for example, I asked for a steering wheel or for something like that. If someone had something to a decent price, it is not because I want to enrich myself, it's because I cannot afford to buy something like that. And there are a lot of people who understand, who know, and there are people who don't get it, who are hating. But what I found out is that those people, for example, when I by accident I was in the stream with Sven Heiliger, and there was this going on with the farming agency that big, and I really made myself naked, and I told it the way it is, and that I'm living from sometimes only rice and tea, that I don't have enough to eat, but put in 16-18 hours a day and all that stuff. And sorry, my tears are coming back.
Yeah, people
Suddenly
think,
I received food packages from people, and what I found out was that people who donated stuff were those who knew
yeah,
how it is. Yeah, there were people who said, I was 1 year ago, I was in the same situation as you were. I cannot give you much, but here are €5 or a food package. And this is what really kept me back and to believing in people. And now you have to talk for 10 minutes because I have to...
yeah.
Sorry.
Yep, that's okay. Yeah, I think, you know, we've covered a lot of ground tonight. I could do with jumping off soon anyway, and I suspect Paul could do with a break. You've all had a bit of an insight into some of the background as to why some things are the way they are, and yeah, it's I know Paul's had a tough time through some of it, and you know, this stuff doesn't make people rich, and but it does create some good friendships. So
yeah,
I think it's probably a good point to wrap things up, maybe.
Yeah, I want to put one thing in there, that I really became I got into knowing people suddenly, how they were after the curtain fell. I thought that those people who were arrogant and idiotically and mocking me before, they would now have a point where they could even hit more on me, but they didn't. They kept it quite really quiet. I mean, there were some assholes, but there were assholes before, so there was nothing else to expect. But people approached me that I knew only by reading some chat or some supports, where sometimes thought, oh, they are a little bit rough, and I don't know. They approached me and they helped me, and really it was those 1, 2, or sometimes €100 or food packages or whatever came, or whatever hardware, or whatever they did. It really came from such a good place, and it went to such a good place because I'm really grateful for it, and I wouldn't have been there or here if that would not have happened. But this is really what kept the belief in the community so upright, and this is why I'm so proud of the Maize Plus community, so to say. We have managed to get a certain amount of people around us that are good people, really nice, good, decent people, and this is why I don't care anymore about those 10 people who try to bring us down, who try to rent and all that. I don't care. They will never ever be capable of tumbling this wall down that this community just built up. And this is why I'm so happy in sharing stuff. This is why we try to make stuff less complicated, more transparent, more adjustable, because we know those people out there, you people out there, you guys out there, know the worth of the work that we do, and you know that we are honest and straight on people, and so this is why it makes me so really proud, and why we will keep on going. And even for the console players, we are thinking on how we can make it with Giants for the next farm sim, that even the console players get some of Maize Plus and Terra Life to enjoy. So and with this said, I really am proud and thankful for Disturbed being a friend and partner, and a really rock solid guy, and yeah, that's basically this. I wish you guys all a very good evening. Thank you for listening to all the crap that I basically let out, but sometimes from day to day it is necessary to remind myself and to remind the people out there that we are no gods or something like that. We are just regular guys who try our best to make it work. And yeah, hope we see us soon. Can only remind you to subscribe and leave a bell icon on Disturb's channel, and on the videos he's done a ton of great tutorials, and I'm now into doing some for the Germans too. I'm late, but yeah, obvious reasons. So Disturb, thank you for being here today again with me.
It's been a pleasure. It's yeah, it's been an emotional one today. For many reasons. Yeah, definitely consider you a very good friend. So it's weird how things work out just from playing a video game.
Yeah. Wait until we have the first pint together.
Oh, yeah.
I will.
Or the UK, whatever it is.
No, it will be at your home because I love your dog. So the couch will be mine.
Speak of Sven Heiliger.
Yeah, Sven. Hey, I just spoke about you, but we are in the middle of saying bye-bye. But he's the one who was the first, made me open up and tell a story about all that stuff. And he is one of the biggest supporters, has been, and yeah, it's sad enough that I can not support him in his bad times, because he has some private personal issues that really fit into my wound, so to say, and if I would get into this, I would be basically back at the point where I was when I was not that well. So from here, a wave to Sven Heiliger. I have not forgotten you. I'm just not capable of having much more at the moment at my plate, because our team is full of people with very sad stories behind. So yeah, so nevertheless, have a good evening, and I hope you don't forget to use the promo code if you pre-order the pumps and hoses. It's Alien Paul. It will help the channel. No more costs for you, or use the PayPal, or whatever you do, or just be there and talk to us kindly. Have a good night, and we will see and talk to each other soon. Bye guys.
Bye everyone.